teach is how to do it. And I get as high as a kite. I am so high when I do my yoga. I'm so blissed out. If someone offered me drugs, there's really little point because I'm already there. And so, this is a wonderful thing. And it's healthy. The more I get high, the better my body feels. And my body is made to produce these, what you call transformative moments. Now, what's interesting is that religion and art came at the same time in human history. The need to transcend. The need to go above the humdrum everyday life. Human beings have a need to go above normal everyday life, eating, going to the toilet, having sex, and dying. This is normal life. We need to go in sex above sex. In eating, we need to smell the food, get really hungry, and you know how high you get when you smell food? When I hear good music, smell great food, think about sex, I'm having noradrenaline, melatonin, serotonin. These are different neurotransmitters and drugs in my body that make me go, wow, that is amazing. Or, I'm so depressed. That's another type of drug, okay? You can go down and up and sideways. You've got to know how to manipulate it. I love drugs. I love drugs. I'm saying it on camera. I want to be high. I want to spend the rest of my life off my face. And I can do it in a healthy way and live 100 years doing it. And without ever doing it illegally. Okay, so this is all legal, this practice. Okay, right. So that's the point of intensity and that's warm. When I was doing my yoga, or traditionally doing yoga, I kind of felt that it was very warrior-like, very masculine. And that this masculinity or this type of hierarchical yoga had come from men who done this thousands of years ago. Actually, I never met these guys, so I don't know. And I was doing their yoga, and I noticed how stiff it made me, very upright. It was very rigid, and a lot of this yoga, it was very warrior-like. And it denied women their femininity because the women were becoming quite masculine with it and men were becoming super masculine with it. And I thought about the temple dancers at the same time. These were the women, these were the yoginis, and they work with the belly, they move like this. Now, what's interesting is in the belly is the place where life is created. We spend 9 months in the belly, and this is where life starts. When you start to work with the belly, the center, the solar plexus, Manipura chakra, you start to feel the real power. And the real power is feminine, it's the earth. It's where life springs from. And the world is what men made. And there's lots of women out there who bought the lie that men told them to be the way they are. And it's not the way women actually are. And men don't want to be like that. Men are all little kings. They can't have any conversation. They have to fix every problem. You can't tell them anything. That's the way of a king, okay? And it's very lonely being a man like that. I'm telling you, I'm a man, and it's very lonely being like that. So all my real masters were women. Good. In the outer body, we hold ourselves in a certain way because we're presenting ourselves in this world. But inside of us, there's something quite different. And this is childish, this sort of childish thing that's going on inside. It kind of wants to go, da 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 da, I'm really bored with this person. But you don't do it. You go, yes, that's very interesting. And really you go, but you don't do it. You don't express it. So in my yoga, I say, come on, just move your body. Let it go. Let the inner body express itself. And for a lot of people, it freaks them out. That's fine that it freaks them out. Because there's got to be one time in your life that you just let go. You know, like Talking Heads said, stop making sense. That song, it was great. Stop making sense. Don't be so adult. Be childish. It's okay. I mean, if this was the last day you had to live, what would you do? You would play, you would drink, you would just enjoy.
Isn't that great? Should we try it again? Yes, you all cry. Okay. Hold your foot. Let it go.
In Yugoslavia, a soldier said to me, he says, the perfect way to live is like dead man. You live like a dead man. Like you have no tomorrow. It's the perfect way to live. I think there's something amazing about the possibility of threat. I think what this does for people, it brings out the best and the worst in them. It brings out the finest qualities, the compassion. We realize in a sense there's no time to waste. We don't know how long we have. None of us do. Actually, the truth is, none of us know how long we have to live. And while we're here, why don't we just live it? You know, what are we waiting for? You know, life is not a rehearsal. This is it. This is absolutely it. So, you absolutely have the point here in Israel. And although you may, and I mean, a lot of Israelis don't like their society, and there's lots of things they object to, but really, the quality of humanity here is quite amazing. I'm deeply impressed with it. My tattoos, they're literally a recording of my life. I escaped death many times, narrowly, by the grace. And each time I had a narrow escape, I had a tattoo done. The first one was not to do with death, it was just I wanted to have a tattoo done because it was to commemorate something. I have a daughter, yeah, and she would, me and my wife, we split, and she was taken away from me in a very bad way. And I said to her before she went, baby, draw me something. So she drew me a treble clef, which is this here. This treble clef, which is music. Music has always been part of my life. So I put it on me because I wanted to keep something of her forever. And then it began. So it starts like this, and then other things started to happen, and I started to, you know, for me the body is a temple of the spirit. And I'm a yogi in very much that sense, that this is my temple. And so all I've done is decorate my temple a little bit. So this is the writing on the wall, this is the graffiti of my life. And we're all tattooed inside. Each of us are scarred. I just wear mine on the outside, that's the difference. That's it.
Breath. The breath is the mother of all power. You literally created in the belly, where life itself begins. Life begins in the belly.
For me, it's not important yoga. What's important is people honor and their own lives and feel empowered by their lives. They feel joyful, they feel happy about their lives. You have to learn to love yourself. My teacher Clara was a great master of loving herself. She was totally in love with herself, and everybody loved her. She said, if you move this hand, do you love this hand? What do you feel about this hand? Or do you just use this mechanically? What is this? Because if you're not loving the body feels it. It feels the lack. And this is the problem. When you make lack in the body is a living, autonomously intelligent component of different intelligences. I mean, in each cell, it has autonomous intelligence. We know this now for a fact. This is not psychobabble. It's not just me saying it. This is a scientific fact now. And how we think of ourselves affects the body, affects who we are and the way we live our lives. And we have a choice to have great quality. I mean, I think we should demand happiness. Fucking demand it. Fucking demand joy every day. Start the day by going, this is not just another day. This is the day I have full joy, full happiness. I'm going to do my damnedest to do it, to get it. And you know what? It's as easy as falling into bed. It's as easy as falling into a beautiful bath. It's as easy as sinking into the ocean. It doesn't have to be so gung-ho. It can be just easy. Just enjoy it. People say, oh, do you drink coffee? Yes, I love coffee. I enjoy food. I enjoy sex. I enjoy everything sensuous about this life. I'm human. I do not want to be a yogi living in a cave in India. I want to enjoy. You know, I went to see the yogis in Hamsa. In Hampi, sorry, Hampi. And in Hampi they told me there was these Italian babas. And I went to see them. They're sitting there with their long dreadlocks, and they asked me to come into their caves. And they're Italian. And they've let go of all their worldly possessions. And they said, would you like an espresso? I said, what do you mean? And in the back of the cave, there's an espresso machine. This was perfect for me because they let go of everything except the espresso. Couldn't, they're Italian, what do you want from us? Come on. So this is perfect. I love them.
Opening, releasing the neck. Noticing this amazing tapestry of muscles down the side of the neck into the side of the head from the shoulder joint.
We become the thing we do. And so we go from being human doings to human beings. We literally being what we are rather than doing. And most of us are simply doing. We're not here. The lights are on, but there's nobody at home. All the time we miss out on our lives. We're looking at designer clothes. We're looking at people who we think are gurus. And we miss the person on the corner selling the paper who's got a whole life to tell us about. We miss out on members of our own family, and we put old people into homes. They have a whole life to tell. Why do we stick old people in homes? What the hell is that about? These are the gurus. Talk to your children. They'll tell you. They have an expression. They say, you know, when you're young, they push you around in a pram. When you're old, they push you around in a chair. And in between, you just get pushed around. Okay, so that's it.
Then contracting, lifting. As you lift up, press in the lower back, bring the elbows together. The chest is out, the lower back is in, and this is neutralizing the lower back. You're moving the opposite direction. And when you move in the opposite direction, you take away the negativity of that particular posture. Every posture has a negative aspect, and when you move in the opposite direction, you get rid of it.
What is it that makes you go, yes, that's true? Because all I've said is something you already know. When anybody made me feel something, they said something I already know. So I know it's true. I know, I don't think, I know. And so this is with the body. The body knows, this is the truth.
Lovely deep open breath. So you massage the front of the neck. Breath. Breathe. Hold. And then keep it still, very bring the head full.
They said to Gandhi, how would you sum up your life in 25 words? He says, I can do it in 3. Relinquish and enjoy. Let go and enjoy. And that's for me what it is. It's about letting go and enjoying. That's what yoga is for me. And yoga is life.
Stay. Even when things become challenging in the yoga, I want you to stay in this place which is very, very soft. Knowing that it doesn't matter particularly what you do, it matters how you feel.